Coming up this time on This Is True Really News, two high-rise apartment towers are sentenced to death in India.
They're killing buildings?
I'll tell you all about it
I bet you will.
in the second story.
But first, there is something more important I should know, is there not?
Yes, please. What you need to do is like, subscribe, and follow This Is True Really News, and have your friends
I was thinking more
and
breakfast.
family like, subscribe, and follow This Is True Really News. Make sure to have a good breakfast. It's the most important meal of the day, which is why I drink coffee. In any case,
Yes, but I have very nutritious toast with it.
There we are. We would really like you to, ignore everything I've said before. Just like, subscribe, and follow This Is True Really News.
Don't believe anything he said but that last bit.
Yeah.
And even that's a little suspect.
This is True Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true,
Really?
as far as you know.
By the way, before I do my story,
Yes.
Rob was talking with her darling sister, Michelle,
Okay.
my favoriteest sister-in-law in Colorado.
Well done.
Thank you. It's kind of like my favorite niece is coming back to her second year at the U.
Yeah. Nice.
And I'm your only niece. Yeah, but think if you weren't my favorite, then how bad that would be.
It would suck horribly.
And she's got a great, she's looking, good point.
Yeah.
Anyway, she listens to us every morning.
Oh, does she?
To which Robin said she could hear Bella laughing and her husband, Gary, going, why? I'm kind of on Gary's side. A member of the San Diego Zoo.
Hey, I've met Gary, and I better not catch him near me, or I will talk to him.
Yeah, Gary, you don't want that. I've had him talk to me, and it's just not worth the pain. A member of the San Diego Zoo's African penguin colony has been fitted now with orthopedic footwear to help it deal with a degenerative foot condition.
What's he got? Ocean feet?
I suppose,
Trench
athlete's
flipper?
foot, ocean foot, iceberg toe. I don't know. Do they have toes? Iceberg webs. The 4-year-old penguin named Lucas has lesions on his feet due to a chronic condition known as bumblefoot.
Well, that's no fun.
How do I not have that?
What?
Bumblefoot is basically a name that covers a range of avian foot boo-boos, according to San Diego Wildlife Alliance. If left untreated, bumblefoot could lead to sepsis and death. So it's a serious thing.
Yeah, so give that away right away.
The zoo's wildlife care specialist turned to an organization called Therapaw. No,
Friendly Flippers was...
I didn't know there was one. Well, Therapaw covers most all animals except for your bird types, and who knew? They create rehabilitative and assistive products for animals with special needs. Like prosthetic wings for bats. I don't know. Therapaw created custom shoes made of neoprene and rubber to prevent pressure sores from developing when young Lucas stands and walks. The penguin's problems began more than 3 years ago. African penguins have suffered a massive population decline, and hence they're going to try and do anything they can to get to the foot of the problem.
The bottom of the foot of the problem.
Why do I keep thinking Big Bang Theory?
Because you always
when
do.
Bob Newhart, Professor Proton?
Oh, yeah.
They meet at a drugstore, and Amy's line was, "Look, we're wearing the same pediatric shoe." No, not pediatric. What is it?
Podiatric.
Orthopedic shoes.
Podiatric.
Yeah. Anyway.
I'm dying laughing. That was hysterical.
No, you're not. We're back to the bowl. 2
high-rise apartment towers in India were leveled in a controlled demolition the other day.
Leveled, I say.
After the country...
Those are cool, by the way, if they're done well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're fun to watch.
The implosion? Oh.
Yeah. After the country's top court declared them illegal for violating building codes. Yes, sir.
Was there a trial? Did they have an attorney?
There actually was.
There's
this thing went to the Supreme Court. It took 12 years.
Wow. So they're as slow as we are.
Yeah, exactly. More than
buckets. By that time, the building could have moved.
Could have sold off the property and walked someplace else.
Exactly.
More than 1,500 families vacated their nearby apartments for more than 7 hours before the nearly 100-meter tall towers crumbled inward and fell to the ground. Kablooey. The 32-story and 29-story towers were being constructed by a private builder on the outskirts of New Delhi and were yet to be occupied, which is nice.
So they've never been used.
Right.
So they destroyed new buildings.
Yep.
In a country of what?
Well, they're 12
billion people.
12 years old now.
Well, yeah, because apparently the lawsuit started when they were built.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, by the builder Supertech Limited. I'll say they're limited. They can't even get anybody in there.
Yeah, 12 years, man.
The raising of the towers occurred after the Supreme Court found the builder in collusion with government officials.
Oh, collusion's bad.
With government officials.
I'm not mentioning Hunter by name, so go ahead.
Violated laws prohibiting construction within a certain distance from nearby buildings.
Huh.
The Supreme Court said the construction of the two towers was also illegal because the builder did not receive mandatory consent from other apartment owners in the area.
Wow.
So there they tried to skirt the rules, and the Supreme Court said, nope, we're killing the buildings.
Do you suppose their parents were like little small 8 and 10-story buildings and couldn't figure out how their kids got so tall?
Right. Yeah. How does this one's going to be a basketball player?
That's stupid. And 81, like the whole rest of that story was saying, an 81-year-old Danish woman, keep that number in mind.
81-year-old
Danish woman traveling from Africa to Canada was arrested at the Warsaw airport on suspicion of illegal possession of heroin.
At 81.
At 81. I don't know. Most of the drug kingpins I know don't live to that ripe old age. They have other problems, like death or imprisonment. Custom officials at Frederick Chopin Airport decided to check the woman's luggage after becoming suspicious of her itinerary and her uneasy behavior. She's 81. How do you know what's uneasy? I don't. Packages with 5 kilos, about with 11 pounds, of heroin were discovered under a false suitcase bottom. The woman, whose name was not Escobar, traveled from Malawi and Kenya through Doha and Warsaw and denied any wrongdoing, and said family members had given her the suitcase with gifts for relatives in Canada.
That's right. Arrest them.
Yeah. Said the spokeswoman for the prosecutor's office. She was detained for 3 months. Prosecutors have opened an investigation. Under Polish law, she could look at up to 15 years in prison for illegal possession of narcotics. That's not funny, but it is kind of. She'll
be 96. No.
Exactly.
She's 81. 15?
Yep. 15 years, 96. She'd probably get off on good behavior or being dead. Denmark officials confirmed that a Danish citizen was detained and said the ministry is providing consular assistance.
There you go. A long-time reptile.
Ma'am, it's never too early to quit.
Turn over
a life of crime. You can still be a productive member of Scott?
A longtime reptile rescuer who has worked with alligators for 30 years, Joey Henney, was contacted by a friend working in Florida a while back. Apparently, there was an overabundance of gators in the area, and nuisance alligators must either be euthanized or transferred into captivity.
Oh, captivity.
According to Florida law. So, Wally was removed from a lagoon in Florida and brought to Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at that time, Wally was just 20 inches long and about a year old.
Mm-hmm.
Joey says Wally's been quite different than any other alligator I've ever dealt with in the past 30 years. He doesn't show anger. He doesn't show aggression. He hasn't since the day he was caught. We could never understand why. He's just lovable. He sleeps with me, steals my pillows, steals my blankets.
Eats your cats.
He's just awesome. Wally's easygoing personality led Mr. Haney to have the gator licensed as an emotional support animal. You know, before I chopped off his tail and painted him yellow, he was an alligator.
Oh, that's just...
The alligator has provided comfort for him as he has undergone radiation treatments for cancer. How do you know?
I mean, how do you know you picked the one submissive alligator in the last 100,000 years?
How do you know how alligators show affection, for Pete's sake?
Or anger?
Yeah,
I mean,
right?
other than the fact that they log on to you, shake you, bury you in the water to soften you up. I mean, other than that, how do you know?
And maybe this gator's going, I just can't fit this clown under anything.
And
Nothing I can do.
And the neighbors, you'll find there are no, there's no kick me dogs, there's no cats, squirrels, rabbits, small
They don't
children.
have a rat problem.
Nothing.
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.